The left in this country will not rest until they have destroyed the reputation and trampled over the legacy of the man who usually wins public polls to be named our greatest Briton of all time. St Paul's Cathedral, the church that hosted Sir Winston Churchill's state funeral in 1965, spent the past year describing the man who defeated Hitler and saved the West from the fascist Nazis as, quote, an unashamed imperialist and white supremacist. The revolting and highly derogatory descriptions appeared on the St Paul's official website. They were only changed after the Mail on Sunday newspaper raised the alarm. So the website now reads, he is also a figure of controversy, especially when viewed from a modern perspective. This is not an isolated incident. The woke-washing of Churchill is part of a deranged left-wing campaign sparked by the Black Lives Matter movement to trash the man who saved England. Sir Winston's grandson, Nicholas Soames, slammed the comments by St Paul's as thoughtless, stupid and ignorant, raging, even for allowances of some of the sort of more extreme views in the Church of England, this is really going too far. It was deeply offensive and caused great offence to a number of members of my family, and representatives were made by a number of people. He's right. We must stop judging historic figures by the impossibly woke standards of today. And the revisionist mob are wrong to leap on Churchill's approach to the Indian famine in 1943 as proof of his racism, given many historians agree he did his best to be fair at a time when supplies across the world were beyond scarce. Now, Churchill is a hero who helped prevent the extermination of Jews and many other minorities from the face of this earth.
My grandfather was a very human being. He was a child of his generation. He made some absolute howlers. But at the end of the day, it is possibly the greatest record of any living, of any Englishman of the last 200 years.
You've got a situation in which the statue of Winston Churchill, who is a national hero, has had to be boarded up for fear of violent attack. And that, to me, is both absurd and wrong.
Was Churchill a racist?
No, he wasn't. The fact that he put his life on the line endlessly to defend non-white people, overall he was a tremendously good thing for non-whites, and he wouldn't have been if he was a racist.
I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears and sweat. And I say, come then, let us go forward together with our united strength.
That makes you proud to be British, doesn't it? But the woke left hate Britain. Their incessant bid to deride the impact of Churchill proves that. So we must stand up for our history, heritage and our heroes, or nothing is left.